How's it going, my peeps? It is now time for another prediction game video for Night of Champions 2014. This time, it's for the one-on-one match between Randy Orton and Y2J Chris Jericho, the best in the world at what he does. Speaking of that, why did Jericho stop saying that? He doesn't say it anymore. And that was like one of my favorite quotes of Jericho. It's one of my favorite sayings of his. You know, whenever he used to say, before he was the best in the world at what he does, and then it evolved to best in the world at everything he does. But now he just stopped saying it completely. Hopefully he brings it back. But now, back on topic, this matchup. I know for a lot of people, this is probably the easiest match to predict on the Night of Champions card, seeing as how it's that time of the year again. It's that time where Jericho once again leaves and, you know, takes a break. I don't know when he's gonna come back again, but it's unfortunate. You know, I've really been enjoying Jericho this time. Whenever Jericho returns, you know, it's great. But I think this time around, he was really good on the microphone. We saw a lot of, you know, the old Jericho when he was making fun of the Authority and Randy and all that. And when he hosted the Peep Show, not the Peep Show, that's this Sunday, that's Christian's show. But, I mean, when he hosted the highlight reel with the Authority and made fun of Randy and all that, I thought that was a good, that was cool. So, you know, it's gonna suck that Jericho, we won't see Jericho again for a while. But, hey, whenever Jericho returns again, I'm looking forward to it. So, you know, because of Jericho leaving once again, it makes this match pretty obvious. But you see, it's not, I don't think it's that obvious. If you guys look back at SummerSlam, honestly, I don't even remember the year, but the SummerSlam where Dolph and Ziggler, or not, it's the same person, I keep messing up, where Dolph and Jericho faced off against each other. At that SummerSlam, around that time, you know, a lot of people thought Jericho was going to lose the match, because Jericho was supposed to be leaving. So people were like, alright, so Dolph beats Jericho, and then after the match, Dolph takes him out or something like that. But what happened was Jericho actually beat Dolph. So that was a big surprise to a lot of people. I'm not sure what I predicted though. I think I actually predicted Jericho as the winner of the match. I'm not sure. I guess you can go and check back on my channel. But anyways, Jericho won, which was a big surprise to a lot of people, seeing as how, you know, he was leaving and all that. So people were like, what? Jericho wins? What happens now? So what happened is the night after on Raw, they had a rematch. And at that time, Dolph was the Money in the Bank holder. So I think it was SummerSlam 2012. I'm not sure. And they had a rematch on Raw. And what they did was they put up both... Dolph put up the Money in the Bank briefcase. So if Jericho won, he'd win the Money in the Bank. But if Dolph wins, then Jericho would get fired. And Jericho lost, so he got fired by Vicky, I believe, at that time. So what I'm getting at here is... if Night of Champions is not Jericho's last appearance, if he shows up on Raw the next night, then I could definitely see Jericho picking up the win here, if that is the case. But if Night of Champions is his last night and his last match until, you know, whenever he comes back again, then yeah, I'm going with Randy. But right now, it seems like Night of Champions is the last night Jericho's there, and Jericho, you know, said this himself. But also, Jericho is somebody who trolls a lot. He likes to troll the fans a bit, both on Twitter and even on TV. You know, when he came back, like what, a year back or 2 years back or something like that, and he didn't talk for a couple of weeks, and I don't know, he might not, you know, have his last match or his last appearance at Night of Champions. It might actually be Raw the next night. I think that could be a possibility. And if so, you know, it could be a good way to also make the outcome of this match a surprise. If Jericho wins, you know, that's a surprise. A lot of people are thinking Randy wins, just because, you know, Jericho's leaving and he said he's leaving at Night of Champions. But now that they've announced the Peep Show, on the pre-show or on the kickoff, it's going to be Christian hosting the Peep Show, and his special guest is going to be Chris Jericho, so that should be entertaining. But I think that's actually going to play into this match. I think what we might see is Jericho getting attacked on the Peep Show, or right after the Peep Show, by Randy. Probably after the Peep Show, because if it's while the Peep Show is going on, then, like, what would Christian do? Would Christian just sit there or stand there while Randy's beating up Jericho? I don't think so, which is why I'm thinking if he does attack Jericho, then maybe it is after the Peep Show. But who knows? Who knows if he even attacks Jericho, you know, on the kickoff. But I think that could very well happen. And that could, you know, justify Jericho's absence after Night of Champions. Since he'll be leaving, you know, he could go into the matchup already, you know, being attacked, injured from Randy's attack earlier. And then that way, if Jericho loses to Randy, he doesn't look weak in the loss to Randy. Because he'll have been attacked before the match, and then, you know, they could have him put up a really good fight against Randy, but because, you know, of him being injured, not 100%, Randy picks up the win, and then after the match, you know, maybe attacks him some more or something like that to take him out, and that would justify Jericho's absence. And this wouldn't be the first time, actually, that Randy, you know, takes out Jericho. He's taken out Jericho before, back in, like, 2010, I think, and at that time, Randy was the face, Jericho was the heel, and pretty much Randy took him out with the punts. He kicked him in the head, and that took out Jericho for a while. And going back to the whole Peep Show thing, assuming Christian is a face at Night of Champions, and he returns as a face, not a heel, what I'd like to see come out of the Peep Show and this matchup between Randy and Jericho is, after this, we get Christian and Randy feuding once again, and they could, you know, have Christian try and avenge Jericho for Randy taking him out. I think it'd be a great way to reintroduce Christian back in the mix, and also restart the feud between Christian and Randy, which I thought was awesome. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can click that like button, I'd really appreciate it, and I'm out. See ya.